Kindergartners are very busy. They come in the morning. We have many activities planned. They do lots of writing activities, math activities, science and social studies. They have specials. They have iPad time. So from the moment they walk in to the moment they leave, their day is full. They're very tired by the end of the day, but they quickly, as the year progresses, they kind of get into the routine and have a wonderful day.
A kindergartner's day is different every single day. The thing about most of us kindergarten teachers is that we're also moms. So we try and model our days the way that we would want our own children's days to have gone in kindergarten. So we mix it up with the learning and the playing and the singing and the fun and the sharing, and we try and do a little bit of everything. And those days can look very different from a Monday to a Tuesday depending on what those kids need that day.
Well, the life of a kindergartner is pretty busy. Actually, they start out, we have our morning routine where we do calendar and get a lot done, weather, the morning message, and throughout the day they do phonics, reading, writing, math, handwriting, and then they also have different stations that they go to in recess and try to do some little fun time in there as well.
Well, we start off with just some fun move around activities, do some calendar work so that they get to know the days of the week, months of the year, do a lot of singing and kind of dancing around, acting silly, I guess.
So a day in kindergarten is just like we come in, we do morning, and we go through our calendar, the days of the week. We usually count how many days we've been in school and kind of get our brains going. And then we usually do writing workshop, reading workshop, and then we do math, which is just a bunch of different number skills from 1 through 100, addition, subtraction, shapes. And then we try to usually do a fun art project. I try to do it at least 2 or 3 times a week, just to kind of get their fine motor skills of cutting, gluing down, and just letting them be creative. And so it's not just so like, bam, 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 we gotta study, study, study. We can have some fun in the classroom as well. And then, of course, there's recess that you always have to give them, and they absolutely love that, which I think is very important because that's where the kindergartners could build their social skills and just kind of get their brains out of the classroom for a while.
Technology is used a lot in the classroom. We have overhead Elmos, and they project any type of work that we want to display to the whole class that the kids can observe. We have smart boards where the kids can go up and move things around on the boards. We have one-to-one iPad, which allows the kids to do different things, such as instead of having a marker board, they can write on their iPad with a chalkboard app. We have apps that work at the child's individual level in reading and math and progresses as they do. And we also have different apps that have books in them. So although we have lots of books in the classroom, this still gives them more books that they can have available.
Technology is great in kindergarten because it can be used as a really good motivator for the kids. They really enjoy being on those iPads, and the apps that we have in place for them in our district are really, really great learning tools. The kids enjoy them and don't even know that they're learning, so we do use them throughout our day in small portions. And for the teachers, we've been able to use the technology to communicate a whole lot easier with parents, communicating at the touch of a button, that type of thing.
Technology is a huge part of our classroom day. We have iPads for all the students, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Throughout the day, they are on them for different apps, and they keep in contact through Seesaw with their parents, so they can send videos and pictures and messages to their parents, and their parents can see what's going on. They reinforce all the skills that they've learned with technology. We also use the smart board every single day, so that's part of our morning routine.
We use it a lot for independent practice. We'll learn something all together as a group, and then when it's time for them to practice it on their own, then they go to the iPads. It has been nice because they're able to have books read to them on the iPads, and so we do use them a lot for that too.
Technology has impacted my classroom just because there's so much out there, and I came to realize my kiddos this year, they learn better through music and through that technology, so I try to apply as many apps as I can. Letter of the Week, for instance. I found an app that has Letter of the Week videos. sings them a song, by Friday, they know the song. It's just repetition, and they just pick up because it has music. So I try to find a lot of the apps that way, so it applies to my kiddos.
Well, I don't know that I have new teaching styles, but my whole goal is that I want the child to come back each day. I want them to come and think that school is fun. So I do lots of fun activities. I do lots of hands-on activities. Every day is new. I have the kids tell them what we're going to do the next day, so they're excited. And I just put all of my energy into it and hope that they love and enjoy school.
This year our district is doing reading and writing workshop, and that looks a lot different than the way that the parents have learned how to read and write. It's a whole lot more independent work and a whole lot more time spent doing those things. And there have been some growing pains, and even with the children there were some growing pains, but they've all really settled into how reading and writing workshop looks, and they're able to do it a lot more independently now than they were at the beginning of the year. And I think a lot of the parents have been really shocked and impressed with exactly how much their child has grown throughout kindergarten. They weren't, a lot of us weren't even expecting the growth that we have been seeing, so they've been doing great.
The new curriculum would probably be our biggest change is the reading and writing workshop. And basically the students are more free to write how they want to and what they want to write. And the reading, we do it based on levels now, the guided reading levels A through Z. And they have a lot more free time just to write and to sit back and read. And it's been a struggle a little bit at the beginning, but little by little we do see quite a bit of growth.
The Readers and Writers Workshop that we've started this year is new, and I think that it is giving the kids a love of reading and writing because it is very individualized. So it allows them to be able to write about what they are interested in instead of giving them prompts. So I think that's probably different than what most parents are used to.
From student teaching to now, I guess one thing that I really tried is just doing the music. I never really realized how much music helped kids learn. But one thing, teaching the strategies of changing your teaching strategies, you have to change your teaching strategy just so it fits your learners. I mean, every day there's a new strategy that you're using just because that's what the learner needs. So just knowing your kiddos, that's when you know what teaching strategy to apply.
Parents can be working on just even self-help things such as zipping their coats, have them do that on their own, putting their gloves on, their hats on, using the restroom on their own, practice on writing their name, make sure they use the capital letter first and then write lowercase with the rest of the letters. Practice recognizing the letters in their names, counting from 1 to 10, counting Cheerios, macaroni. So just simple items, going to the library, getting books, reading to your child. Those are all things that are important to begin this beginning of the school year.
To prepare your kid for kindergarten, the more that you talk with them, the more that you read with them, the more that you have experiences with them, the better they're going to be. And the experiences can be anything from a walk around the neighborhood talking about everything that you see while you're walking. It can, be a simple trip to the library, or it can be just having a picnic in your basement. Anything fun and simple. It doesn't have to be a big fancy vacation or anything like that. The more that you're with your kid, talking to your child and reading with your child, the better that prepared they're going to be for kindergarten.
To get their student ready for kindergarten, the parents can practice basic things, even exposing their child to other people, so that they learn those social skills, and also practice just holding a pencil and coloring and getting those fine motor skills developed. If they do practice writing their name, just make sure the first letter is capitalized and nothing else, and little things like that, so they don't develop bad habits.
Read to them a lot. The more that they're exposed to reading, the more prepared they are when they come in. That will help them know how the book works, and so when we start teaching them how to read, they would be able to do that.
To get ready for kindergarten, parents, can be working on those fine motor skills. There's a lot of kids come in, they don't know how to work with scissors, or some of them can't even turn a page in a book. Just doing those fine motor skills, whether it's just squeezing a ball, practicing cutting at home, you know, if it's zigzag lines, straight lines, cutting out circles, that always helps. And then obviously, you know, knowing the alphabet, sounds, uppercase, lowercase letters, the numbers 1 through 20, and seeing if they can count. And one thing that I've noticed, you know, even knowing the number words, you know, if you just see O-N-E, oh, that's one, they need to be able to just identify that as a snap word. And then realizing number concept is an issue too, you know, I'm seeing, okay, that says one, okay, I have one finger, oh, let's count one Skittle, and just kind of applying the real life situation to those. And just knowing their name is also important, how to spell, and just those fun things, I guess.